And he's like, do you find it funny in any way that I'm the one that has to allow you in? And I was like, yeah, I actually do find that funny. It's quite funny.
Tad, what years did you work on the Kevin and Bean show back in the day?
None of them.
I was there from 95 to 2000.
Oh, my gosh, that was a little longer than I thought. And in general, good memories or bad memories of your time with us?
It was good memories, and there was also bad memories. I mean, the bad memories, I brought them on myself, but the good memories, it was fun in entertaining everybody and going to all these concerts and going to movie premieres and stuff like that.
Do you guys remember when we fired him and then I brought him back under the guise of Thaddeus, my personal assistant? I just remember Bean was so
not happy with
mad.
that.
I don't know that I've ever seen him so mad.
I don't know. The biggest memory I have of Tad, we already talked about when I got stuck in your truck at the CD signing that time, Tad, which was hilarious. But the biggest memory I have is that video of you sitting on the bench in front of the 7-Eleven in Burbank in your underwear, and we were having you do a video shoot, and you were like, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate this.
There you go. I got it for you guys. I got it for you.
You do?
Hey, doggy.
That was it.
Hey, doggy.
That was part of it.
We decided to give Tad a public access show, and the deal was it was called Big Tad in His Underpants. Right? The Big Tad in His Underpants show.
And you sang a theme song, Jimmy.
I had a theme song, and then Tad would sit in his underpants in a location. I remember this particular location. We put him on a bus bench outside of Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, right next to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, next to the 7-Eleven. And Tad had to talk for 30 minutes straight without stopping. That was the rule. And we had no edits. You know, it was just we shot it on a video
No guests,
camera.
no one to talk to.
And it was it became like a weird form of torture for both him and the people watching it.
It's his theme.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Oh,
it.
God, the horn.
Tad tuba.
PTSD.
The Tad tuba. But I will say this, and we gotta move on a second here, Tad. But I will say that you developed what I feel is a lifelong friendship with Jimmy Kimmel, who not only kept in touch with you, but hired you again over at the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, and is still in touch with you today. And that must be something very special.
More of a stewardship than anything, right, Tad?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Did he have to call you sir?
I still call him sir. I call him Jimmy. I call him Dad. I just,
Tad, this is Adam. Do you remember your 21st birthday in the van ride to Vegas with me and Jimmy? The longest
Kevin.
van ride ever. And T-Chance Thrasher. Was that your brother?
Yeah.
That was his brother.
That's his brother.
I forgot.
Is your brother still around?
he's actually living in North Carolina now.
He farted up that van
like
nothing.
Like no one has ever farted anything
Correct.
before.
The greatest gift for
Non-stop.
farting. Incredible.
Can I tell you another story about Big Tad? And that's
does this involve Tad's second time?
By the way, I just want to say, we also shared on his 21st birthday, we shared a room at the Continental Hotel, 2 double beds, Adam and I in one bed, Tad and his farting brother in the other bed.
right.
This was when we were in New York City for the MTV Awards. And we were all in a cab, and Bean would... When work is done, Bean's done, and he goes someplace else.
Yeah.
We were all in the cab.
Go back to the room, usually to sleep.
Yes, and the rest of us are going out to eat or whatever. So Bean gets out. Tad says, where's he going? And Jimmy just throws out as a joke, he likes to get hookers when he's here.
I go, I'd like to try one of those.
And Tad said, what? And all of a sudden, Jimmy knew, he believes it. Yeah. And you went on for another, 3 days?
Oh, it was a whole thing. We made a call to... Cleto, who's my band leader on the show, pretended to be a woman.
That's right. He called his room.
And we set up this scenario where Tad was waiting in his room. I had him shower and strip down. It was we put him in his underwear a lot, waiting for this hooker to show up. And then eventually, after a lot of recorded sex chat, I'm sure you have those tapes somewhere.
I'm sure we
right?
do, but I don't have it at my fingertips.
We burst into Tad's room and I think we tickled him.
He loved it.
Amazing.
He loved it. That's all I remember.
Great. Tad, we got to go. I'm so glad I had a chance to talk to you one more time. I appreciate you being part of the farewell
Tad's
show.
coming to visit you in London.
Yeah. Yeah, when I get walking again, I'm coming to England.
Again, don't bum us out, Tad. All right, man. We love you.
I love
Thanks
you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
All right, talk to you later.
Bye, Tad. Tad was the best.
You wanted that.
He was one of the all-time great Kevin and Bean characters, wasn't he?
You guys were mad at him all the time, and nothing made me happier. I would just revel in how mad you guys always were. Remember, he'd take every Monday he would miss work.
Yes.
He was sick every Monday.
He was a terrible employee.
We have a whole bunch of calls that we haven't taken yet.
I know. Can I tell you who was the greatest employee we ever had, though?
Who?
Lightning, who's on the phone with us right now.
Oh, Lightning.
Jay Tillis, former producer of the Kevin and Bean Show, again on the Mount Rushmore of Kevin and Bean, behind-the-scenes people. Lightning, how are you, buddy?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
I don't know that we treated anyone as poorly as you.
That might be true. And by the way, the reason that Tad was late Monday morning is because we had Kokomo's on Sunday nights where I found him.
But also, Big Tad's mom worked at a potato chip factory, so he had money to fall back on, and I think that's where he lost some of his momentum.
To fall back on.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm not going to leave money to my kids.
You
I want
starve.
them to have that burst, you know what I mean, that Tad didn't have.
Lightning, what years did you work on the show?
91 through 2009, I want to say.
How on earth did you make it that far?
18 years. And you started as, what, an intern or a phone screener?
I was an intern, yes, unpaid intern, working for Maria D'Arcangelo, and then
Who was
with
our producer at the time.
Frank Murphy and Cortland Cox and Mark Davis.
Isn't it funny that you never moved up?
Yeah.
No, he did. He became our producer, Kevin. And Lightning was one of the best producers we ever had. And let me tell you something about Lightning. No one cared more about this show or worked harder on this show, put in more hours on this show than Lightning did. And we owe a lot of our success to you, man. I mean that sincerely.
No, I have and thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Like, I was talking to Dave off the air, and I have so many stories to share that it would
give us one.
That's
Lightning.
why we started the B team.
Give us one.
Well, I remember showing up at the hearing the buzzer in the back door, walking back and seeing this tall, skinny guy with an afro in gym shorts on, going, "I'm here for Jimmy. I need to train him." I go,
"That was Adam?"
Jim, I was Adam.
Do you remember that, Adam?
And
he was the guy in the hall, Adam.
Yeah, I was the guy in the hall. Yeah,
the band vice versa.
Yeah,
that's right.
So you were there for the creation.
I was there for the beginning of this long-lasting relationship between Jimmy and Adam, and I have so many amazing memories from going to get the Christmas trees to from Thaddeus and Michael the maintenance man.
Oh, remember we used to send Lightning as far away as possible to go get the Christmas tree, make him drive to Nova Scotia to bring a tree back for
Make him leave in like April.
He had to drive to Alaska one time. Oh my God!
Do you remember when Lightning traded out his whole wedding? He traded out the whole wedding.
Yes, and Dean and I were the officiant. We were, and we were dressed as monks.
And we thought it would be funny to ask if anyone objects to this wedding, please make yourself known. And we had every single person at the wedding stand up at that moment, which seemed funnier than it was when it happened.
Did you know that the FBI was there the whole time?
What? Where?
The FBI was surveying the whole thing.
Why?
They're digging up dirt on Trump.
No.
Oh, yeah. Come on, let's make America great again, fellas. Get real.
A tangential friend that has nothing to do with the show. But
Lightning had a friend who was under investigation. The FBI was.
They were there the whole time.
And ended up arresting that dude. He went to jail, right, Light?
I mean, let's not bring us down, but so did his mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
And his dad and everybody else.
If you're going to go to jail, it's nice to have your mom there with you.
It's a good family thing.
Can I posit this thought? I've been sitting here and thinking, if you worked with Kevin and Bean over the years, either you climbed to amazing heights like Jimmy Kimmel over here, and myself included, or you ended up in the dumpster. Lightning has managed to thread that needle of mediocrity and land right in the middle. And you should be saluted because it's so easy to swing to amazing success and financial stability, or to be an AIDS hospice with Tad, but to be in the middle, Lightning, that's an achievement, and I tip my cap to you, my friend. You are mediocre.
In all seriousness, I miss being insulted on a daily basis by two amazing assholes.
All right, Light. Thank you for being a part of the farewell show. We love you, and thank you for everything you did for me and for us. We appreciate you, Lightning.
I love everyone in the room.
Okay.
We love you too, Lightning.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
All right, guys. Another quick break.
Poor bastard.
Right?
By the way, I think it's funny, we're just saying Lightning like everybody understands what that means, but the reason you named him Lightning is because he did everything so very slowly.
Slowest person in the world.
Because you named him Lightning and I would listen, my first TV job ever, I would call my photographer Lightning because he was so slow. All because of you.
No.
Yeah.
This was Lightning's theme song we used to play all the time, and we asked him to go do something for us.
You keep me waiting till it's getting aggravating. You're a slowpoke.
I mean, it would take him like 20 minutes to go into the office to bring us something back. We could never figure out what was going on.
It's because he knew when he came back in, he was going to get abused.
This is going to surprise nobody, but we didn't take any listener calls, and we did only number 10 on the on the Moments
We
With.
need to get to those
There's more than one on the number 10?
There's 10. Oh, no,
Okay.
there's 10.
All right.
So we need to take a break. Adam Carolla is here. Jimmy Kimmel is here. We'll be right back.
It's Kevin and Bean on K-Rock, KROQ.
Can I just say that I was wrong? This is really fun.
We thought you
Oh, my God.
I didn't realize what a good time
We
the
thought
reminiscing
you
was
for
going
a
to be.
full year on this.
No,
You
but I mean,
son of a bitch.
having everybody calling in and having the boys here in the studio with us is actually, I'm really having a good time today.
All we
You
asked
guys?
for.
All right, Adam Carolla is here, Jimmy Kimmel. We've been taking lots of calls from special guests. We got another one on hold, but first, let's get through a couple of more moments with, because we're counting down the all-time top 10 moments with Bean here. I think we're up to
Number 9.
And now, a moment with Bean. Storage Wars is where somebody comes up and bids on somebody's storage facility, a room that has expired. Somebody is renting a storage
room
unit.
has expired.
Some
Smell
facility.
this. Does this smell okay?
That was a moment with Bean.
I'm not good, guys.
By the way, I had 1,000 to every one of yours.
Sure.
This should be your demo tape when you try to get a job in England.
I've
Just
been
put all
doing.
these on a
Kevin,
string.
you've had 800 this morning.
I've been doing a lot of interviews, exit interviews with Los Angeles Times yesterday, and I've been on some podcasts and various things. And one of the things that I keep trying to put out there is that although, and I'll say this at the Hall of Fame induction tomorrow night in New York as well.
R.I.P.B.
Even though
That's
the
what
show,
I'm going to say.
and this is really maybe this is the most important message that I can get out there today, and I mean this sincerely and with not fake humility. Even though the show is called Kevin and Bean, and I know I speak for Kevin when I say this, the show doesn't exist and it doesn't get past the first 6 months if it doesn't have, like we just talked to our producer Lightning, for instance, a minute ago. We've got Jimmy here, we've got Adam here, some of the other people that we've spoken with who have been participating in the show over the years. We don't get a show, we don't stay on the air if we don't have great people working with us. Jensen and Allie, for instance, are responsible for every bit of the success this program has had in the years that they've been on the program. There's one name that looms as large as any in the history of the program, and that is a man who worked so hard for us for 18 years and created some of the funniest radio that's ever been done anywhere. And that man is Ralph Garman, who joins us on the phone here on the World Famous K-Rock right now. Let's give him a big round of applause. Mr. Garman?
My key card won't work.
The same thing happened to Carolla when he showed up today. He could not get in the building. How are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
Doing great. So happy to hear from you. Congratulations on the success of the Ralph Report. I know that is a tough way to go, is the pay for podcasting, but you have made a success of it, and you're doing great with it, I understand.
You're very kind. Yeah, I'm having a blast doing it, but I would not be able to do it if I hadn't put the time in with you guys, especially you, Bean, all those years. Everything I learned about being broadcaster and being, if I'm good at it at all, it's largely because I learned so much working with you, sir.
I mean, but a little bit from me. A little.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Dead silence from Ralph.
It's been almost exactly 2 years since you left the show, and I'm embarrassed that this is the first time that we have had you on the radio, and I'm so happy that we have the chance to hear from you.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back, and I couldn't let the day go. I was debating on whether to call in or not. I didn't want to make it weird for anybody, but I figured if you're going to talk to poor man, for God's sake, talk to me.
Can you believe that? Can you even believe that happened, Ralph?
What's that station again? That sounds good. The one he's got that on his phone.
And, Ralph, it's Adam. He's looking for an entertainment reporter, so I don't know if you want to crap all over the guy.
I